Your Grace, I am Father Joseph Vũ Hữu Hiền. In this interview, I represent the Vietnamese Episcopal Commission for Social Communications. We would like to show our gratitude to you for your accepting this interview of your trip as you are to accomplish your visit to Vietnam. And now, Your Grace, during your meetings with the Vietnamese government, do you feel any signals to show that there is more and more progress in the relationship between Vietnam and Vatican? May you share with these signals of progress?
Yes. Well, I think that in all the conversations that I've had here in Vietnam with the authorities, in Hanoi, obviously, the messages which we have received and the messages which we have given have confirmed the goodwill to progress in this relationship. We have to say that the progress in recent years has been quite remarkable. And I think there is every indication that that will continue. I certainly felt that there was enormous respect towards the Holy See, and in particular to the person of the Holy Father. And there was a willingness to engage and to have a very sincere exchanges with the authorities. So I think all the signs are positive at this time.
So the progress in the relationship between Vietnam and Vatican is the fruit, the result of long-term efforts.
Yes.
So according to you, what does Vietnamese Catholic Church need to learn from this long process?
Well, I think that the thing that has most impressed the authorities of your country is they have come to realize the enormous contribution that the Catholic Church can make to the well-being of the people of the country. And that, I think, was particularly obvious during the pandemic COVID-19. And all those who we have met in Rome or met here have always said that this was remarkable. The charity that was shown, the solidarity which was shown by the Church, particularly for the most vulnerable and for the poor who were in great need at that time. And the courage of Catholic Christians here, the willingness to show solidarity by both priests and lay people with those who are in great distress at that time. This made a big impact, undoubtedly, on the political leaders of the country. And I think from a point of view of the Catholic Church here, the lesson that I think must be coming across is that nobody really should try to be prisoners of the past. We have to move forward. There will have been mistakes made on all sides in the relationship. But as in any relationship, there is a past, there is a present, but most importantly, there is a future. And I think that we have to free ourselves sometimes of memories of the past, unresolved situations in the past, and move forward in a positive spirit, seeing how much things have changed, how much others have changed, and how much we have changed as well.
So now you are to accomplish the visit to Vietnam. May you share with us your impression and observation about the country and the people of Vietnam.
I last came to Vietnam 25 years ago. I came to Hanoi, invited by a diplomatic friend, and I spent a few days with him and his family. And then we just did touristic things. What I notice now, obviously my experience of Vietnamese society is much deeper now. And I notice that there has been enormous progress, particularly in terms of material progress and social progress. You have a beautiful country, and I've been very happy to be able to travel to Hue, Nha Trang, and also here in Ho Chi Minh City. This has been a great experience for me. So you see the material progress, how the skyline has changed, how people think, and then what strikes me about the people is you see great energy, great industry. People are wanting to progress, they're wanting a better future for their children and for their grandchildren. And I think also the Catholic people here are wanting to have a bright future for the faith. So people are working hard, people are using the resources that they have at their disposal to build communities which are authentically Catholic, which are truly outward-looking, universal, missionary, and trying to establish communities which are really living examples to people. I have been the object of enormous kindness since I've been here. Lots of people, just the very courteous, gentle way in which we are treated, with great attention to our needs, great desire to be of assistance to us, and that doesn't happen everywhere. This is something which I think the Vietnamese people have. It's a treasure, something that they should very much, you should try to hold on to and to develop in the future.
So what do you think about Vietnamese Catholic communities that you have just encountered and celebrate Eucharist with them in Hanoi, Hue, Saigon?
Well, first of all, I think one has to say that the beauty of the celebrations, the joyfulness of the celebrations, the devotion of the people, this is very impressive for me. There is obviously a great commitment of the lay people to working for the church, doing assistance to the clergy and to religious. And that's another thing that I think is very impressive here, is religious life, particularly female religious life. Everywhere I've been, to all the celebrations, there have been large numbers of sisters participating, and then seeing that there are still many young women coming forward as aspirants, postulants, novices. This is very, very encouraging. And as again, it is not the case in lots of other parts of the world. We could say religious life, vocations very often are in crisis elsewhere. Here you have a treasure. How you use that treasure is a big responsibility of the pastors of the church and for the future. But you have the resources to make a tremendous contribution, not only to the life of the church here, but to the life of the church universal as well.
Some news state that your visit will be followed later on by the visit of Cardinal Parolin, and then by the visit of the Holy Father. Is it correct, your race? Well,
you know that Cardinal Parolin is a great friend of Vietnam. He came here a number of times when he was Under Secretary for Relations with States. He participated in some of the meetings of the Joint Working Group. So he would very much like to return. He has been invited, and I think that in the very near future that he will come. He has a busy schedule. He has a lot of other commitments, but I think Vietnam will be a priority, and I think that will be another significant moment in the relationship and the progress in relations between Vietnam and the Holy See. As you know, the Holy Father is also invited. That's obviously more complicated. It takes much more preparation, so it's very difficult to say exactly when, but certainly the Pope is more than willing to come. He is keen to come and to meet the people of Vietnam, and particularly to meet the Catholic people of this country. So I think it is not a question of if the Pope will come, but rather when the Pope will come. And so I think, as I said last night in the cathedral here in Saigon, it's a question of also being patient, but it's a question of prayer and hopefully the Holy Father's health and his schedule will be allow it to come about, and we can negotiate the right time with the authorities and with the Bishops' Conference.
Thank you so much for this interview. May God bless you and give you abundant grace to accomplish your mission.
Thank you, Father Joseph. It's been a pleasure to speak with you this morning.